Alright, here we are today. We're going to go ahead and dyno the Armytrix turbo back exhaust, and right now we're going to run this in the open mode. 2500 to 6500 test. Here we go. We just ran the Armytrix in open mode, which gives it a much louder tone. It's a full turbo back that we're running that does not include a cat, so it's a catless system. On this car as well, we're running our VR Tune ECU tuning box kit and the Weisstech anti-surge valve. We're going to do another run here, probably do 3, get an average, see what the Armytrix exhaust is doing. Again, we're going to run our test from 2500 RPMs to 6500 RPMs, doing a third gear pull with it open. So here we go. One thing we love about the CLA45 is that awesome downshift noise that it gives. So check this out, going third to second gear. Gives that nice crackle. Sounds beautiful. So now we've just finished 2 runs with the valves open, and we're going to go ahead and run a third test with the valves closed, just so you can hear the sound difference, as well as we can see how the numbers change with the restrictiveness of having the valves closed. After we do that test, then we're going to put the tuning box back to stock, so it'll just be showing us completely what the turbo back exhaust does without any ECU tune on its own. So we'll go ahead and run this third test with the valves off. We just use the simple Armytrix remote and press the off button, and it closes those valves. You can hear when the valves close too, it's a much different noise. We'll put it in neutral just so you can hear the rev up. So it's very quiet and timid with the valves off, compared to when it's open. By pressing the on button, you can hear how much louder it is. And that blow-off valve noise you hear is from the Weisstech anti-surge valve that we sell as well. So we're going to go ahead and press the off button, and we're going to run this test. Again, third gear, 2500 to 6500 RPMs. Here we go, test number 3, valves closed. The solid line here is with the valve closed in the VR Tune box. So this is full turbo back Armytrix, and then the dotted line is with the valves open. So there is a difference, not only with sound, but an increase in torque and horsepower through the mid-range. The top end pretty much tapers off to about the same. So here we have the difference of the car in its stock mode compared to the full turbo back catless Armytrix exhaust, along with the VR Tune ECU tuning box. Huge torque gains compared from the spaced dotted line to the smaller dotted line with the valves open, as well as with the valves closed. And then very consistent horsepower gains all the way to redline. Looks like we have about a gain of, as far as horsepower, we're looking at about 317 compared to 273. So that's about a 45 wheel horsepower gain throughout the mid-range all the way to the top RPM. And we have a torque gain of about 350 to 302, so about a 50 wheel horsepower gain. So we just completed the test of the Armytrix turbo back exhaust. This is their catless, all stainless steel turbo back with the Valvetronic capabilities. We have our solid line with the exhaust on the CLA45, and the dotted line is the baseline test of the full stock car. Both tests were run in third gear from 2500 RPMs to about 6400 RPMs. And you can see here that with the Armytrix exhaust, it gained very nice torque and horsepower throughout the entire power curve. Right about 3,200 RPMs is when the differences really start kicking in. If we follow the solid horsepower line, you can see we have here about 308 all-wheel horsepower, and at the same RPM we have about 284. So the exhaust gave us about 20 wheel horsepower. That's all-wheel horsepower, and the Mustang dyno gives us typically about a 20 to 25% drivetrain loss. Our torque did pretty well. We have some areas in the power curve that have some bigger gains. Right here we went from 314 at about 3,800 RPMs to roughly, let's see, about 289. So here we gained about 25 foot-pounds of torque. And this stayed consistent through the 4,400 to about 5,000 RPM mark was about 20, and then it increased again back to about 25 foot-pounds of torque. So overall, with the valves open on the Armytrix exhaust, we had really good gains through the entire power band. I'm really happy with the sound and the performance of it. Fit and finish is great. Now we can really say that this is a good product if you want to do bolt-on horsepower. No check engine lights, versatility, a great upgrade system for the Mercedes CLA45.